happening thereafter.
That's my daughter in Ohio.
Yeah.
You gotta say hi to her. She's in Ohio.
Yeah. Is she a flat earther?
Yeah, she's flat. Yeah.
Is she really?
Yeah, she is.
Good for you. Hey, how are you? I'm Dave. Good, thanks. I just had a mob of people yelling at me that the earth is round.
See?
Yeah, it's brutal. But there, you know what? I've probably met 6 or 8 people today now who believe the earth is flat, right on this boardwalk.
And she believes the same way.
Have you looked into it yet?
Yeah, right, Jay?
That's beautiful. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Wait, what are the stuff like below them?
That was a person who also believes the earth is flat that I was just chatting with. I didn't mean to ignore you.
Wait, what's the diagrams below them?
Oh, all right. Can you hold on 1 second? Let me put my camera.
I'm typing.
All right, I got the Can you guys help me lift this over?
Wait, that's right.
So. All right, no, but if you take a look at that and try and see what the problem is with those photos.
That one's two-dimensional figure. That's depth because the edges are faded.
Guys, the continents are different sizes. Look at the continent of North America.
I see the continent. They are different sizes.
Right.
They're probably
Freaking distances, right? You're gonna say, right. Or NASA just screwed up their CGI, which they've been caught a ton of times.
That happens.
You don't think so?
No, I think it was just distance.
No? Have you ever investigated, or you're just gonna condemn the?
Yeah, no, I've investigated.
You have? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you have a camera?
I videotape it for a YouTube channel because there's a ton of people who are trying to get this information out. Zoom Truth. Zoom Space Truth. Yep. Here, the next one though is a better one. You guys might like it better. Oh, thanks for the help too. I'm trying to hold this shit. Sorry. I didn't bring my my right pole that I normally have, that I normally rest this thing on. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get my honorary new assistant job. So guys, this thing here, if you take a look at it, this is the lunar lander. They like to call it the lunacy lander because you have to be freaking a lunatic to believe that this thing landed on the moon. Look at this thing, guys. If you look here, the materials here are not even constructed like in any high-tech fashion. There's bends in it, and there's like gaps in it. You see it? You see how the gap? If you check out videos of the moon landing, you'll see that there's no stars in space anymore. I'm sorry? Well, if we landed on the moon, right? If I believe that they landed on the moon and that they could view the Earth from the moon, then I wouldn't be able to hold the belief that the Earth is flat any longer, because I would expect, you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. This is the lunacy lander. This is what they say landed on the moon, guys. You remember, you know how long it's been since we've been to the moon? It's been almost 50 years since we've been to the moon. Right. Now our phones have more computing power, your little phone in your hand, than this lunar lander had that went into the moon. I'm sorry? There's so many anomalies. There's no blast crater on this thing.
There's because that's where you have and then when there's anti-gravity. It's not really gravity on here.
There's anti-gravity? What are you talking about?
It's not going to have a certain amount of gravity on here, so it's not going to cause a crater.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, there is supposedly less gravity on the moon, but they were still using a massively powered thruster that, you know, they don't deny. If you look at, guys, you got to do the investigation yourselves, but you're being had, you're being played, and you know what? The hardest person to convince that they've been conned is the person who was conned. That's a fact. Yeah, it is a fact. You agree with it, or are you mocking? Okay. Listen, how do you think you came to believe that you live on a spinning ball?
I have a question. How did Ferdinand Magellan circumnavigate the globe?
Right?
If it's flat, wouldn't you go somewhere?
Yeah, no, check this out. If you have imagine a kiddie pool, right? And imagine the edge of that kiddie pool is like, well, it's an ice wall that's holding in the water. But anyhow.
So he's going around the Earth. Exactly.
Like you're on a cul-de-sac. Yeah. But I mean, the thing is of course it's going to sound funny to you because you never really considered this. So you have to understand. Okay.
I've seen that YouTube.
Yeah, yes. Yep.
Yeah, Shane Dawson.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he seems to, a lot of people must watch him because everybody brings him up. I don't know if there is another side. Does there have to, you know what I mean? I mean, we're talking about, you guys. working on it. Yeah. So, thing is that what was your question? Oh, what was your question again? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, and who knows? You know, according to the Bible, anybody here believe in God and read the Bible or not? Yeah. You guys do? Okay. You guys, I don't know if you guys know. All right, see, that's the problem. A lot of people say they believe in God and then they don't read the Bible, right? But if you guys have you guys looked? No, seriously. These are some of the Wernher von Braun. Okay, he was. Did you know that a Nazi was the head of NASA? Yes, a former Nazi. His name is Wernher von Braun. He was the head of NASA rocketry back when they started developing rockets. There's his tombstone, okay? On his tombstone it says Psalms 19-1.
What is that?
That says, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Firmament means a dome over your head. Yep, that's right. So why is Wernher von Braun the head of NASA? Why is the head of NASA putting on and talking about a dome over our heads? Why would he put that? All right. Guys, I'm not saying that in and of itself proves that the earth is flat. What you have to start doing is you have to start accepting some of this evidence that comes up. That is a very strange thing for a person who believes in science to put on his tombstone, right? Why would he be talking about the firmament? So now if you go into the Bible, into the verses, it says, and God made two great lights. Not just one, the sun, made two lights. The Illuminati is like a secret society, and as you look into this, you'll find that science, Copernicus, and some of these people who developed the ball Earth model are connected to secret societies and to the Illuminati. It's like a giant thread. I mean, it's crazy. Well, that's right, but the only thing is, it's a secret society, right? So, that's what it is. It's literally a secret society. That's what they call themselves. So, who's getting the truth in this secret society? Because they say that they don't tell the entire truth to their members until you're a 33rd degree Freemason. I don't want to get too into the crazy, but that's cray-cray, right? It's like, it's nuts. It is, but the fact is that it's real. These societies have existed for like hundreds, if not thousands of years now. The more you look into the Bible, the more you start to see that it talks about an immovable earth, right? It says that Satan and Jesus stood on top of a mountain and viewed all the kingdoms. How do you view all the kingdoms on a mountain, on a ball? You can't. Anyway, I don't want to get into a sermon on the Bible because it's bad for business. But the fact is that there's a lot in there, and the big one though is that Wernher von Braun. Check him out on NASA. He is a former freaking Nazi. In fact, a lot of NASA came from former Nazi rocket developers. Like they had the technology. They were the forefront of rocketry in that time. If you look into satellites, sometimes people go, "What about satellites?" Satellites, guys, I think space is freaking fake. Satellite, that the ISS needs to be refueled every 6 months. When they put these satellites up in the air, up in space, 100%. When they put these satellites up in space, supposedly they last for 20 to 30 years. They never get refueled. They never break down. Because that's what this thing looks like now. You think this looks that impressive?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Come, dude. All right. Well, do me a favor. When you get home, go on a good screen and take a look at this on a screen. Wait, no, you can't. You can't see the detail. When you see it, it's pretty bad, guys. It's really poor. What?
You can do better if it's bad.
No, in terms of what today's technology, the way when you see how things fit together perfectly, how you don't have, you just have to do this research your own. 100% it's fake, man. 100%. Guys, who knows how far the moon is from the Earth right now? Because I do. Anybody? No, I know, but you guys are all...
Yeah, let us know.
Well, no, this is kind of how you guys got to start looking this. See, you guys all just believed whatever was shoved down your throats, and that's what I did too. For 46 years, I believed I lived on a ball. Okay? For 46 years. I needed some pretty compelling evidence to get me to change my beliefs. And... Guys, you ever have trouble making a cell phone call? Anybody here ever have trouble?
No.
Never? Oh, okay, never mind. All right, I won't bring that one up. And making connection. You never lose a connection. It's always perfect. Yeah, and it's weird. I'm not, no, of course I wouldn't ask you to do that, man. The whole point I'm here is to have you question and investigate. Do you believe American history as was told you by your teachers? 100%. Now, and did you see what I said? As was told to you. So, did you investigate it yourself?
Yes, we did.
Right, a textbook where somebody makes a lot of money off of, and also they want you, they frame the past reality for you. Has anyone here read 1984?
Yeah.
Good for you. Have you read A Brave New World?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in 1984, it talks about a totalitarian society. Okay? Totalitarian is one where you have an authority above you, and you really cannot. You have to obey that authority, or you will be crushed. We're almost there now, guys. And so in 1984, they talk about whoever controls the past controls the future, the present. Whoever controls the future controls the present. So there's a lot of symmetry as to that book and what's taking place now. Yeah. Yeah.
If the Earth isn't round, how do eclipses happen? When the moon is in the sky and then all of a sudden it's blocked out because they don't.
Yep. Yeah. No. Well, the problem is that there have been some anomalies where things happen with the lunar eclipses. There's been I believe there was a lunar eclipse happen when you could. I forget. Anyhow, there's anomalies with lunar eclipses, and there is a flat Earth model that I think supposedly explains it. But honestly, I can't explain it myself, so I don't want to try to say something that I don't know. I don't know. There's some things I don't know. I mean, I do know that there is a treaty called the Antarctic Treaty. It's been in place since 1959. It makes exploration of the Arctic region off limits to us. Can't do it. It's militarized. I'm sorry? But why do you need someone to tell you what you can and can't do? That's my point here, guys. Let me ask you, who is this authority, this great authority, who gets to decide for you what you can and cannot do? There you go. Good for you. But it's not God. But it's not God who's telling you. But it's not God. It's your government who is telling you what you can and cannot do. It's not God who's telling you what you can and cannot do.
Okay, so then it's me.
Oh no, that's fine. You can choose to believe whatever you want, but I would. I can't prove she's wrong right now. I have a lot of doubt. I have a lot of doubt. Yeah. All right. All right, you guys. Have you ever heard the term parallax? All right. Okay. All right, check this out. Parallax. Have you ever driven in a car, and when you're driving in the car, if you look at the trees way off in the distance, they're moving very, very slowly, right? And then if you look at trees that are only like 15 feet from your car, they're whizzing by, right? They're whizzing by. Are you following me? So some of these things are moving quickly, some of them are moving slowly. Folks, there's never been a case of confirming parallax in the sky, in the stars. So my point is that the stars shouldn't all be evenly distributed exactly. But there's been no look up parallax, and you guys got to do this investigation yourself. I'm not here to convince anybody. It's time to wake up. What?
Time to wake up, guys.
All the other planets are like round with just the Earth. Only the Earth.
I don't know. Do you know for a fact that they're round? Yeah, that's my point.
You know 100%.
You know the one of the analogies they like to use, flat earth people use, is that when you play pool on a pool table, is the pool table round also, or just the balls?
Just the balls.
Exactly right. So my point being is that just because what we see up there looks round doesn't mean that where we live here has to be round. What happens if this place was created for us, right?
Then it was created for us.
Right, I believe it was. Yeah. So anyhow, guys, I would suggest, being a little bit more skeptical of what your teachers are teaching you.
Where did you do your research? How did you get your research?
I've learned almost everything from basically online on YouTube, and then also
Exactly.
they're not. But now, so what I do is
How do you know the YouTubers aren't telling you what you want to hear, like our textbook?
Well, I can tell you, I never wanted to think that the Earth was flat and have a crowd of people laughing at me for sure. But what I came to believe is that there's a lot of people out there who are doing investigations on their own. They're taking a video camera and they're videotaping ships that disappear over the horizon, and they're capturing that ship. When they zoom in on it, they can see it again. You shouldn't be able to do that on a ball, right? Once it goes over the horizon, it's gone, right? You follow what I'm saying?
I do, but
Well, no, that's fine. But then check it out yourself and make up your own decision. Prove me wrong. Come back and help me. Maybe I am. I'm open to it. I was wrong for 46 years, I think, prior. Excuse me.
I'll go home and not.
Anybody know what time it is? Okay, I got a little bit more time. All right. Gravity. Yeah.
If it's flat, how does it spin? If it's flat, how does it spin?
Why does it have to spin? Folks, listen, guys, listen. No, it's fine. I know. Listen, I understand. Yeah, I'm a moron. Listen, guys.
Do you get paid for this?
No, absolutely not.
wait, do you get permission to videotape little kids and put them on YouTube? Because I had something on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I'm in a public space, so I'm videotaping. Okay, all right, guys.
Oh wait, are we gonna be on YouTube?
Yeah, you'll be on my station. I'll put it out.
You're gonna be famous.
Yeah. I'm sorry? No, I mean, there's flat earth model in terms of, I honestly, I cannot. No, I'm just going to leave it at that. There's a lot of things. I mean, I've been doing this for a year and a half. What happened is that I came to flat earth, and then I really started investigating other things. Guys, I've done a water fast. You know what a water fast is? No. Water fast is when you do nothing but drink water. You don't eat any food. My first time I did it, I went 23 days without any food. The second time I did it, I went 31 days. On the second time I did my water fast, not only did I not eat, but I didn't drink any water for 4 days during that time. They say that you can only live for 3 days without water. That's what I heard. I'm still alive, guys. So, is that true or not? Is that true that you're going to die if you don't drink water for 3 days? Because I'm alive.
How do you know if that's true? Like, I haven't
Oh no, you gotta go online and watch all the people who do water fasting and dry fasting. There's people who don't drink water for 14 days at a time. There's people who are... Yeah, there's one guy who they kept film on him for a week where he didn't drink water either. The doctors almost stopped him because he passed out when they drew blood, but he was like, I pass out when I see blood. So they were like, okay, we're fine. So anyway, 7 days the guy went without eating or drinking anything. My point is, it's right. Yeah, you stop. Guys, when I didn't eat for 31 days, I didn't go to the bathroom after about the first week.
Yeah, that's not good. I want to
Then what happened is I went from that to vegan to plant based. Guys, I won't eat meat anymore. Look up at how they treat the animals. This is not. I'm talking about. Are you kidding? Veal. Try all of it. The chickens. They'll put 10,000 freaking chickens in a little cage, and then they shit all over. They crap all over the place. All over themselves. No, that's fine. But the thing is,
chickens are flat too?
right. Well, you can also, there's plenty of there's vegan bodybuilders out there who are huge and ripped. No, I'm not asking. What I'm saying is that
I have a question. How does this relate to the Earth being flat?
What it relates to is that, guys, the lies are everywhere. They're literally everywhere. I'm doing a flush tonight. It's a liver flush, right? They take out there are literally 800,000 gallbladder surgeries where they take out gallbladders per year, right? They're $11,000 a surgery. Mainly, people are getting their gallbladders taken out because they have stones in them. Well, you can, for about $5 and about a week worth of your time, you can get those stones out yourself naturally. So instead of doing that, why do you think they give these people the surgery? Because the money, guys. The money rules the world. And another one I want to leave you with is why do you think they tax us? We have trillions of dollars of deficit, right? I don't know if you understand that, but we have trillions with a T. Trillions of dollars of deficit. Now, if they have that kind of a deficit, why do they need to dig into your pocket if they're freaking spending money, whatever amount of money they want anyway? The reason isn't for your money. It's to take your money from you so you have less of it. And it keeps you busy. If you have more time, you have more time to investigate things.
Again, what does this have to do with your five? Again,
No, I just think I get the argument. The government has a lot of money, but they have other things to spend on. Like, we give them money because of what we spend on.
We give them money, or do they take it from us, do you think? I certainly don't give it to them. They take it from me, okay? They take it. Because if I had a choice in the matter, I would be giving them a penny. I'm not for bombing other countries. I'm not for any of the things that they do. It's a bunch of lies. I'm not for making fake hoaxes like they do.
do you support Donald Trump?
I voted for him, and I will never vote again for another. Democrats, Republicans, guys, they're the same team. Nothing has changed in my entire since I got out of high school, guys. We've been at war since I got out of high school. My entire adult life. It's the truth, right? I'm sorry. You guys, you know what? Please, investigate this stuff for yourself. I wouldn't expect to change anybody's mind, folks. We can see the Chicago skyline, 50 miles across Lake Michigan.
And what you're seeing here is a mirage. We typically would not be able to see this from the Lake Michigan shore. We talk
skyline. According to spherical geometry that defines the Earth, they say our sizes, there should be 1,700 feet of curve. Wait, hang on. It's a ball anyway. But anyway, right. But over a distance of 50 miles.
He's a ball!
No, he said they listen. Over a distance of 50 miles, there should be 1,700 feet of curvature. It has to be there. Well, if it was there, you wouldn't be seeing that Chicago skyline. The fact is that when they tell you it's a mirage, the guy doesn't know what he's talking about because somebody videotaped that mirage from end to end until the city was right in front of their eyes. Well, let me ask you this. People have done experiments where they show vacuums, okay? Now, how does a rocket work in a vacuum? What's it pushing off of? No, what is the thrust? Where is the thrust pushing off of? You can watch them do experiments in a vacuum. And you can't even burn fire, folks. You can't, fire won't burn in a vacuum. There's no oxygen in space, okay? So that would mean now they have to bring all their oxygen to burn their little thruster to thrust that, the moon lander to get to the moon. So you guys think really they had all that oxygen packed in the lander? What? When am I leaving?
Yeah,
like 5 minutes maybe. Soon. Yeah. But anyhow, it's you guys. I'm not here to convince anybody.
I'm not trying to be what this would be.
My main point is that there's an immense amount of lies, and if you don't understand that, then you're dead asleep. And if you think that I'm funny, I feel bad for you because, folks, when you wake up, it's gonna be a tough day. Because when I woke up and I found this stuff out, man, I couldn't sleep for 3 weeks, and all it did was I learned new things. If you look into the Boston bombing, they're putting hoax and all. Right? No, you don't want to hear it. I know. Fine, don't hear it. Don't look into it. Laugh at me. But there's a guy, the guy who had his legs blown off. Right? They're wheeling him down the road. There's not a drop of blood coming out of his freaking legs, guys. Have you ever seen somebody who gets hit in the UFC and gets a cut on their head and they're bleeding like a stuck pig? This guy didn't have any legs left, and it happened a minute and a half before. I don't mean to get graphic and ruin your day, But the fact is that it's all a lie, man. And what do they do that for? Why are they faking bombings?
Fake blowing someone's legs off. That's what you're trying to say.
They fake blowing at the Boston bombing. It's a sham, and you know, this stuff is so hardcore that I'm gonna probably, you know, everyone's gonna totally think I lost my mind. But I'm okay with that because most people here aren't gonna research it. But hopefully, maybe one or two people says, "Wow, maybe I'll look into it." And all you have to do is Google Jeff Bauman. That's the guy who I'm talking about. Wheelchair, and you'll see the photo of him clear as day in a wheelchair. There's not a single drop of blood, guys, and he literally just lost both his legs a minute and a half prior. What? There's a woman who's she is the chief of I believe, I forget what type of surgery she does, of San Francisco General Hospital. Her name is Lorraine. Google her, and you'll see. She says what you were. You'll get her if you do Lorraine Boston bombing hoax. You'll find what she says. She says what you're seeing is impossible. Number one, they would never put a guy with no legs in a wheelchair because all the blood would run out of your legs. Number two, he would be passed out. In the photo, you can see him looking clear as day. He's like this because you know why? He's thinking, what the heck did I get myself into? Making this kind of a lie. There's a thing, if you look up crisis actors, guys, crisis actors are people who have lost their limbs already, and what they do is that they help, like the military, prepare for war.
Even if one guy getting his, even if one guy fakes blowing off his legs, that's gonna tell us the earth is flat.
No, man, but that's gonna let you say, you know what, you have to peek into the lies. Once you see one lie, then you'll investigate another lie. Then you're gonna investigate another. You know that like 60% of people out there don't think we landed on the moon? 60%. You guys are in the minority if you think we landed on the moon. They've done polls. Google it. Google it and prove me wrong. I'm fine. Maybe I'm wrong. Right, why didn't we go back? Right, 50 years. All that tech. Thank you, sir. You know, I could be wrong about a lot of this stuff, and maybe I'm wrong about some of these hoaxes and stuff, but there are so many things that I'm freaking right about, guys, that... Oh yeah, how about Gus Grissom dying? The day before, Gus Grissom, he was supposed to go onto the moon landing. He said, "How are we going to get to the moon if we can't even talk from the tower to the ship that he's going in?" Well, then the next, like a day later, he burned up in a test for it. They killed him. Oh, four of them did. Yeah, you're right. 4 guys died. You see there, Warner von Braun. He's a former Nazi. He was the head of NASA. Did you know that? He has poems 19-1, which talks about the firmament, on his tombstone. Right, yeah. Oh, there's a video of a guy, one of the first cosmonauts, a Russian cosmonaut. He had a fixed, according to spec, his bubble top was fixed, like it wouldn't turn with his head. But yet in the video they screwed up and they forgot. And when he turned to look at the camera, it moves with his head. Shouldn't have happened. So there's a ton of anomalies. But you guys, you know what? Laugh at me all you want. I hate to say it, but condemnation before investigation will leave you seriously ignorant. And I know that because I was one heck of an ignorant person 46 years of my life. I beg you not to be that way, because it is a rude awakening when you wake up, right? Unless you've not always been awake, which could be, right? Yeah, there's a lot. Thanks, sir. I appreciate it.
I have a legit question. Where did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to college. I'm ashamed to admit I did go to college. Rider. I went to Rider. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna get a ticket. I appreciate. I'm on Zoom Truth. Zoom Space Truth is my YouTube, and I hope that maybe somebody does some further investigation, guys, because I'm telling you, you're being lied to. Peace. Peace, YouTube. There you go. Say hi. Thank you.